Welcome to Northern Lights over Arkham. I'm JP and this time I'm retrying the Risky Business Heroic 1 scenario. This time I'll be playing Iron Man Justice. So let's look at the deck I'm playing. So I've made the Iron Man deck using the latest cards from both Black Widow and Doctor Strange. I've added foiled to the deck just so that while I'm trying to build the armor, I have a way to stop the threat from piling up. And I've also added two spycraft to the deck. This is just because I don't want to let the shadows of the past go through, so there should be one spycraft in play at any time. There's also one counterintelligence, just a safeguard to have an easy way to stop threat from piling up, and also two under surveillances to have a higher threat cap. I've added the new ally Quake to the deck just to have another ally that can be used as a blocker or to deal damage to enemies. The deck has a lot of energy resources, so that the repulsor blasts will fire off more damage each time they are used. Well, that's enough of the deck, so let's get to the scenario. So I will be playing Risky Business with Heroic difficulty. That means that I will be playing at Expert, plus that I will draw extra encounter cards. So let's get going. If you like my content, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. I have pre-shuffled the deck, so let's draw our opening hand. So we have Daredevil, Strength, Mach 5 Helmet, followed, target acquired, and another followed. I will keep that so that I can play Daredevil on the first turn, and I think I'll keep the helmet, but I will search for more armor pieces. I don't get any, but I think I will build up and try to get more armor pieces with the Futurist. So I think we will play down Daredevil, and I'll play Daredevil with the power of justice and strength. Then I will use Futurist. I'll pick, I'll actually pick foiled, so we stop Norman from scheming. So these are discarded. I don't think Stark Tower is that useful now that I don't have any tech pieces in the discard. I will play okay, let's rethink this, because I could use that. I think I'll discard the foiled. So I think I will play, I'll use Mark 5 Helmet and Counterintelligence to play down Stark Tower. I'll use Stark Tower to get the helmet back, and I'll use Spycraft to play down the helmet. Daredevil will thwart for 2. And that is my turn, so be ready up. Draw back up to 6. So we get the power of justice, Nick Fury, Jessica Jones, target acquired, and both rocket boots. So nice to see a few more armor pieces so we can build up. So that is the hero turn. Let's go to the villain turn. We add one threat to the main team, and Norman Osbourne will thwart. Oh yeah, and because I thwarted with Daredevil, I'll deal 1 damage to Norman. It removes one of those infamy counters. So Norman will shim for 2 plus 2, so 4. So we are already really high on the threat. And then we get 2 encounter cards. The first one is a private security card for private security specialist, and we also get the Oscorp manufacturing. So as we are on Norman Osborne side, we add another threat there, so there's 3 threats there, and it also adds 1 acceleration token that we need to keep in mind. So that's the villain phase. Let's go to the next hero phase. So we really need to start removing some threats. I think I'll have to flip to Tony Stark this turn. I mean Iron Man this turn from Tony Stark, and let's see. I think I will play Jessica Jones. I'll pay it with the Rocket Boots and Power of Justice. Then I will grab the Rocket Boots back. I'll use Futurist and Supersonic Punch and Repulsor Blast are pretty useless at the moment. We are not looking to deal any big damage bursts just yet, so I think I will grab the Genius. I think I will play down Nick Fury, so that we have another ally, and Nick Fury will draw us 3 cards. Then I'll use Avengers Mansion and Repulsor Blast to play down Arch Reactor. And then let's see, I think Jessica Jones could thwart for 2. We added damage on her. I think Nick Fury and Daredevil could thwart for both will thwart for 2 there. Then I will flip, and Iron Man will thwart for 2 here. And I'll use the Arc Reactor ready, and I will thwart for 1 here. And yeah, this gets removed. And that is my turn. Let's ready up. And we draw back up to 5. I mean, actually we draw back up to only 3. Okay. Go to the villain phase. We add 1 threat. Norman won't shim, but we will add 2 infamy counters here. And the private security specialist will attack, but Nick Fury will defend. And we get 2 encounter cards. So the first one is Advance. Norman Sheams for 3. So we are back up to 4 on the threat, and the second one is Mad Genius. So we discard 3 cards from my deck, because there's 3 infamy counters, so we lose Supersonic Punch, Quake and Mockingbird. That's not a problem at the moment. That's the villain phase. Let's go to the next hero phase. Oh yeah, and before we go there, Nick Fury is defeated. And now let's go to the hero phase. So we really need to get these tech pieces down. I think we can just ignore the private security specialist at the moment. Iron Man will fort for 2. I'll use the arc reactor and fort for another 2. I will flip. I'll use the Stark Tower. I'll grab the rocket boots. And I will play both rocket boots down. Let's back up a bit. I will use the helmet to remove 1 threat, so there's 1 threat here. And the second activation was to hit for 1. Then Jessica Jones will hit for 2. And I think I'll just thwart with Daredevil and deal 1 damage here to kill off the security specialist. And I think that's my turn. We ready up. Oh yeah, and Daredevil would have been defeated by the consequential damage. So now we draw back up to 6. And we have War Machine, Spycraft followed, Under Surveillance, Energy and Power Gauntlet. So I think we get our armor build next turn. But let's go to the villain phase and see what happens. Jessica Jones would have ready. So we add 1 threat and Norman Sheems for 2 plus 1, and we place 1 infamy counter here. And yeah, this doesn't come into play, but we add 4 threat here. And we get 2 encounter cards. The first one is Oscorp Manufacturing. So again, we put 3 threat there. And we get an acceleration token. And the second one is Exhaustion. We exhaust our identity card and it gains search, and it's a security specialist. Okay, so that's the villain phase. Let's go to the next hero phase. I think after this turn we really don't need to go back to Alter Ego that much. So first action, I will grab the Power Gauntlets. Then I will play Power Gauntlets. I'll also... I could play Fallout, but let's see. Do I have any... I could save War Machine as a mental resource for the rocket boots. I really need to play this down, so I'll play it with the surveillance, under surveillance and spycraft. Actually, I'll use the followed rather than the under surveillance. I keep the under surveillance in hand. Okay, I'll flip. I will spend a mental resource and exhaust rocket boots to be aerial. I will remove one threat from each scheme. I will use both gauntlets to kill off the private security specialist. I will ready with the arc reactor, and I will thwart for two. Actually, I will first thwart for two here, and Jessica Jones is defeated, and then I will thwart for two here to remove this. We get rid of the acceleration token, and that is my turn. I ready up, and now I have a hand size of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I get the full hand of 7 cards. So okay, and that is that turn. Actually, I forgot to add the hit points from the rocket boot, so we add them now. And that's the hero phase. We go to the villain phase. Let's add one threat here. Norman tries to attack but won't, so we add 2 infamy counters here. Then we get 2 encounter cards. First one is Shadows of the Past. Well, I would have wanted to avoid this, but it is what it is. We get Whiplash, Whiplash's Sheen that adds here. We get 3 threat on it, and also we shuffle these into our deck. Oh well. And then we shuffle these up and get another counter card. That is a master plan. We add 4 threat to that side scheme. And that is the villain phase. So let's go to the next hero phase. And I think this turn we will need to play both of the 4 justices, but I think I will also have to get, well, the armor is not that important right now. We are not getting hit that much at the moment, so I think playing pepper pots would be a good idea. We also don't need both of the under surveillances, so at least these 2 can be used as resources. I think foil will be used as resource also. So so these could be used as the resources for pepper pots, and then pepper pots could use the resource on top of there to use the mental resource. Then we use the other one as mental resource and save that later. I think that's the plan. So we play down pepper pots. and then I will use pepper pots and for justice to play for justice. We remove 4 thread from here. Actually, now I can't be aerial, so let's back up a bit. So put this back to 7. So we played pepper pots. We still leave the energy resource, mental resource on top. And I will use pepper pots to turn on rocket boots. And I will play one for justice with those 2 and remove just 3 here. Then I will use both gauntlets to get rid of whiplash, and I'll take 2 retaliate damage from it. I will use the helmet to remove 1 from here and 1 from here. Then I will thwart for 2 here, and already, and thwart for another 2 here. And that is my turn. We ready up. We also get an extra encounter card for taking out this turn. Actually, I think that the encounter card would have come last turn already, but well, we get it this turn. And we draw back up to 7. We get strength under surveillance for justice, foiled for justice, spycraft, and supersonic punch. So we add 2 threat here. Norman tries to attack, but adds only 2 counters here. We really need to start hitting Norman. Then we get encounter cards. The first one is electromagnetic backlash. Each player discards the top 5 cards of the deck for each printed resource discarded this way. That player takes 1 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hope we miss. So 1, 2, 3, 3 damage because it didn't say that wilds count. So take 3 damage. Next one is payoff. There's 2 right there, and the last one is all in a day's work. So we place 2 infamy counters. I've run out of the infamy counters, so I'll just add this one here. Okay, so that's the villain phase. Let's go to the next hero phase. So I think we need to start dealing damage to Norman to get rid of those infamy counters, and let's see. How we do that. Do we have any tech here? No. Unfortunately, we can't get into aerial this turn, so I think we'll just need to slowly start chipping away. I think I'll play the under surveillance down. Then I will use pepper pots to play supersonic punch. It only deals 4 damage. So we remove 4 counters. Then I will play Spycraft down. Actually, let's forget about the Spycraft and play for Justice and remove 3 threat from here. Iron Man will thwart for 2 here. We ready up and I will hit for 1. And still don't have any tech here. So I think that's our turn. I'll keep the Spycraft in hand. And we draw back up to 7. So we have foiled times 2, War Machine, Quake, followed, and 2 Spycraft. And we go to the villain phase. We add 1 threat here. Norman tries to attack, but only adds 2 infamy counters here. Then we get the encounter cards. First one is Electric Whip. I'll choose and discard 1 upgrade I have. Then Goblin Glider goes on to Norman. And that's it. So that's the villain phase. Let's go to the next hero phase. Well, I think I will use War Machine to fire off rocket boots. Then I will use the foils to play down Quake. And I'll play Spycraft with followed and use pepper pots to play down the other Spycraft. I think now that I'm thinking, I may have forgot to use pepper pots last turn. I could have played the Spycraft down then, but it is what it is. And then Iron Man. Well, I'll use the helmet to thwart. I'll hit with Iron Man for 1. I'll ready up. I'll use the gauntlets to deal 4 in total. And I guess I will flip and go heal. I'll heal for 3. And I'll hit. Actually, I think I won't turn Norman to Green Goblin just yet, so Quake just stays put. So we ready up. And we draw back up to 6. And we get Mockingbird, Daredevil, Mark 5 armor, Nick Fury, energy, and Repulsor Blast. Okay, so that's the hero turn. Let's go to the villain phase then. This should have been removed. We add 1 threat there. Norman will Sheem for 2+ boost. I'll place 1 infamy counter here. So we add 2 threats. And then we get encounter cards. First one is Under Fire. We reveal the topmost card, it searches, and we attach pumpkin bombs. Then we trigger the search. We get a hired gun. I'll opt to give it a... I'll add the infamy tokens. Then we get regenerative healing. It gains search because Norman hasn't taken any damage. We hit advance. I think we're safe with under surveillance. And we get 3 more threats, so that's just fine. So we are up to 6 threat now. And that is the villain phase. Let's go to the next hero phase. I think I will we don't need Nick Fury this turn, so I'll use Nick Fury as a resource. But I'll use the energy and Nick Fury. I'll get the Mark 5 armor. We get 6 more hit points. Actually, I'll just beat this to 10 and add 1 here. And let's get the rocket boots back. So we want to use pepper pots to fire off Nick Fury, so we can get the mental resource for the boots. And I think we don't need Daredevil that much anymore, so I'll play down the other rocket boots. Well, we actually don't need the rocket boots. Let's keep these in hand. Let's flip to hero. I will use pepper pots to fire off the rocket boots. I'll thwart for 1. Then I will hit for 1 with Iron Man on hired gun. Quake will finish off the hired gun. Then I will... I think I'll... I'll use Daredevil to play the Repulsor Blast, so we deal 1 damage here. Actually, this should all happen at the same time. There are 2 different interpretations of this card. I think I'll follow the latest that I'm aware of, that all of the damage comes as a single blast. So we deal 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 7. So we deal enough to flip this and flip Norman. And Norman deals 4 indirect damage, but I'll take it all on Iron Man. And then I will... Ready. I'll use the gauntlets to deal 4 damage to Green Goblin. And I will thwart for 2 more here. And I think that's it. We ready up. And we draw back up to 7. Get an extra encounter card. There should be 2 there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have energy, supersonic punch, target acquired, Avengers Mansion, Genius, rocket boots, and Mockingbird. So that's decent for next turn. We go to the villain phase. We add 1 threat here. Green Goblin will attack. I will defend with Quake. And Green Goblin hits for 4 plus 1 from the glider, so 5. 6, and we remove 1 madness token. And Quake is defeated. Then we get 2 encounter cards. First one is Hard Gun. We'll give the villain 1 boost card. I'll put it here. Next one is oh yeah, pumpkin bombs would have gone off, so we deal 2 direct damage and we get new pumpkin bombs. And the last one is payoff, so we put it in play. And that is the villain phase. So let's go to the next hero phase. Okay. I think I'll just play Mockingbird. I'll use rocket boots and Genius. And we stun Green Goblin. And then I will let's see. I'll play target acquired. Then I will fire off the rocket boots. Then I will supersonic punch for 8. And I'll kill off the hard gun with these. I will thwart for 2. Actually, yeah. Thwart for 2. I'll do 2 more damage here. I'll ready up and I will use the helmet and we'll thwart this off for now. And that's it. We ready up. We get 7 cards. We get Daredevil, War Machine, Jessica Jones, Supersonic Punch, Repulsor Blast, Strength, and Foiled. And that's the hero phase. Let's go to the villain phase. So we add 1 threat here. Green Goblin tries to attack, removes the stun. And then we get 2 encounter cards. First one is All in a Day's Work. We place infamy counters. If we cannot, we remove madness counters. I will spycraft that. I'll try to keep Green Goblin in Green Goblin as long as possible. Intimidation. I'll give the villain one face down boost card. And the last encounter card is Hired Gun, and I'll give another boost card there. And that's the villain phase. Let's go to the next hero phase. So I think we will advance Green Goblin this turn to phase 3. So I think I need some soak down before that. I will play War Machine. Actually I won't. I need the wild icon. And I'll play down I think I will play down Daredevil. No, I'll play Jessica Jones. I'll pay Jessica Jones by using Daredevil and Strength. Then I'll think I'll use War Machine to play Repulsor Blast. No. I'll just use War Machine to fire off the rocket boots. And I think I will Repulsor Blast then. And I'll Repulsor Blast Green Goblin. So we deal 1 plus 2, 6, so 7 damage. So we advance to stage 3. So we deal 4 damage to each player. I'll just take the damage. Green Goblin has 22 health. And then I will hit Hired Gun and use one of the gauntlets to defeat Hired Gun. I'll thwart for 2. Actually, let's just forget about the thwarting for now. We are safe to just hit. I'll hit for 2. 1 plus 2, and then deal 2 more damage. And thwart for 1, and Jessica Jones will hit for 2 damage. So we still need 17 damage into the Goblin, but that is our turn. We draw back up to 7. We get another Repulsor Blast foiled, under surveillance, Nick Fury followed, and we still have the Supersonic Punch. So I think we can do this next turn, but we'll see. Let's ready up. Mockingbird should have 2 damage on her. So we add 1 threat here. Green Goblin attacks, and here are the boost cards. We add 1 there. I will defend with Mockingbird. So It's not an undefended attack, so nothing happens. That adds 3. I will cancel the boost with the target acquired. I will use Spycraft, cancel that. And that is the last boost card. So Green Goblin does 8 damage to Mockingbird. Then the Pumpkin Bombs will do 2 damage. We are down to 3 health, but let's see. We get 2 encounter cards. First one is regenerative healing. Okay, so the Green Goblin heals 6 damage, so that slows us down a bit. And intimidation. I think I will just give 1 boost card. We get an acceleration token for next turn, and we'll shuffle up the encounter deck. Okay, so that's the villain phase. Let's go to the next hero phase. Okay, let's see here. I'll fire off the rocket boots with Nick Fury. I'll use pepper pots and foiled to use supersonic punch. We deal 8 damage. Jessica Jones hits for 2. I'll use both of these to deal 4 damage. So we're at 9 damage. I'll just use this now. So let's see if we can hit enough energy icons with Repulsor Blast. Okay, so I already have 3 here, so 2 more. So we need at least 3 energy icons to defeat Green Goblin this turn. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12, 13 damage with the Repulsor Blast, and that's enough to take down Green Goblin. Okay, so that was Risky Business Heroic with Iron Man Justice. I think the deck worked out really well. We managed to build up the armor quite fast and keep Green Goblin in the Green Goblin side with our preparation cards. And what else? Well, the foils didn't do that much in this game. I'm not that sure they are really good in solo games, but I think in multiplayer they might be better because you can stop a nasty advance on a teammate's turn. I really like Spycraft in this scenario to stop the cards that would add infamy tokens and flip Green Goblin, and I also like target acquired for the same reason in this scenario. But yeah, that's the deck. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the deck in this scenario, and thanks for watching. Until next time.